You're not fit to become my older brother's wife, you know. Now, you give him back that engagement ring right now and leave him alone. And cancel that wedding you guys have planned as well. And then you get the hell out of our faces forever. Again with this, I could have sworn that yesterday was going to be the last time you spoke to me about that, but here you go again. You backstabber! I will not allow a backstabber like you to get married to my brother. He has too much writing on his name right now for someone like you to be doing what you've been doing behind his back. And like I've been saying all the other times, my fiance doesn't have a little sister, so who are you? I'm certain that you have the wrong person here, so could you please tell me who you are? Shut up already. I won't allow you to trick my brother like that any longer. From what I've picked up so far, you really seem to think that my fiance of all people is your older brother, even though he doesn't have a little sister at all. But he does. He has me. I'm his little sister. He's my older brother. Then how about this? How about you tell me your older brother's name? You already know what his name is. He's the man you've been lying to this whole time. I just want to know his name. Stop trying to derail this conversation. Oh my God, I just asked a simple question. As long as you just leave him alone and never ever come back, everything will be solved. So you pay my older brother and I that settlement and then get the hell out of our lives. What settlement? How can you even get a settlement from me over something that's not possible? Hey, Dale, once again, I received more texts from that random person today. And this time they were even more upset with me and threatening me with a settlement even.
What? Again? That means they've been texting you about that for 3 days in a row now.
And like always, they're asking that I leave you right now and that this whole time I've been stabbing you in the back over something.
Abigail, are you going to be all right?
Well, considering none of what she's saying is the truth, I'm fine for now. It's just that if they keep this up, I'm going to probably have to block them in order to shut them up, which I don't want to do when it's best to settle things.
That's true. Who knows what all of their intentions are, and if they know where you're living right now and things like that.
Kind of scary, isn't it?
I would really love to know what all of this is about, though. I don't have a little sister. At least not one my parents told me about. And as far as I'm aware, there was never someone in the past that ever called me their older brother that wasn't a part of my family. Also, back when I was 2 years old and my parents got a divorce and then remarried to different people afterwards, my mom told me that my dad never had kids with his new wife. And my mom said that I'm the only kid she's ever had.
In other words, you're saying there's no choice that this person is a child that your dad had at one point and is wanting to call you their brother now?
That's what I'm saying.
I asked for them to at least tell me their name or something so that we'd have a better idea of who they might be, but they don't seem to want to answer that question. They just keep on going back on how I need to leave their older brother, pay them a settlement for backstabbing him in some way, and then never come back.
That means they know the whole jig'll be up then if you find out who they are. But from what your phone says, the ID came up as Reme, right? So their name is Remy? I've never heard of anyone having a name like that, and I can't even tell if it would belong to a boy or a girl.
Now that I think about it, you've never received any calls or texts from a person like this before, right?
Yeah, and that's what makes all of this even more strange. And what that person has been saying is that you are tricking me somehow, and that's what's leading me into marrying you, right? So basically, they don't know who I am. In other words, they don't hear my name from you. Then they're going to continue thinking that I'm their older brother or something, right?
Good point. Why do I have to be caught in the middle of all of this?
So they have no clue who I am, then?
Or they at least don't know what your phone number is.
Another thing, what could it be that you're lying to me about in order to become my wife?
They haven't told me that part either. They always want to keep going at me, saying that I need to leave their brother and all, and will never give any of my questions a thought.
Well, we have 3 more days until our wedding. It would be great if we could put an end to all this, but without knowing who they really are, there's no way. You've already called the wedding venue and told them about this, right?
Yes, but I'll give them another call and give them an update on what all has been said to me just in case. Yeah, I've acquired a target of the backstabbing witch. So this means you really are going to try to marry my older brother then, right? Well, that's not going to be allowed. I won't allow you to have this wedding with him today.
Abigail! I heard that while you were walking out of the dressing room, you were ran into and had wine spilled all over your dress. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think I'm fine. Well, I think I'm fine, but this wedding dress state is another story. It's all covered in red wine.
That's what I heard. I'd really love to come over there and be with you right now, but...
Hey, don't worry, Dale. I have my little brother with me at the moment, so I'll be okay for now.
All right. The one who did that to you, Remy, I have no clue where they ran off to yet, so until we've found her, please don't leave the dressing room and stay with your brother. I'm gonna continue going around talking with all of the staff here. I have to find that Remy so that we can figure out what the hell is wrong with her and how to fix all of this once and for all.
I'm sorry that I can't be out there to help.
Don't even begin to worry about that. That's right. As for today's wedding, no matter what happens with Remy, we're still going to have it and get married. So don't give up yet.
Of course. I've done it. When it comes to red wine like that, once it's deep into the fabric of the clothing, it is very hard to get that stain out, right? Now the only option you have left is to cancel that wedding. Next, I'm going to find out where my little brother has been this whole time, and there I'll explain to him just how horrible of a witch you've been behind his back, and that will lead to him never wanting to be with you ever again. This is such a thrilling sensation. Can I ask you something really quick? What do you want? I'm a bit suspicious about who it was that gave you my phone number and everything, so could you please tell me who they are? A classmate of yours. After having to go from friend to friend asking about you, I finally was able to come across them and ask about who you were and what your contact info was. And if you're wondering how I got into this wedding, I went and used that classmate's invitation that you'd sent them and was able to sneak in disguised as them. Ah, you're talking about that person. So that's what they were talking about when they said they lost their invite and wouldn't be coming. Then there's only one other thing I have to ask. What's your name? My phone gave you an ID when you first tried to call me, that being Remy. Do you read that as Remy or do you read that as Remy? Huh? You're supposed to read that as Remy. Remy. So your name is Remy? It's spelled Remy, but you read it like Remy. Are you not able to do something as simple as that or something? You thought something like that would be simple for me to understand when most people don't have a name like that to begin with here? Dale, I was able to ask Remy for her real name and she gave it to me.
Oh, seriously?
She has it spelled as Remy, but you're supposed to pronounce it as Remy. She told me I was stupid for not being able to pronounce it as such and got all mad at me over it.
Huh? Now that I think about someone named Remy...
Do you have any idea who this might be now?
I just think I've heard that name before, but someone with me right now does think they know who we're talking about here, so let me chat with them for a second.
All right. Well, now that I know how to pronounce your name and all that, let me ask you something else. What were you planning on doing by running into me and spilling all of that red wine onto my dress? I told you already that it was part of my plan that would lead to your wedding getting canceled. I had to put a bit of thought into how I was going to do that, but of course red wine was the right choice. It really stands out on an all-white dress and is something you can't really get out with a washing machine or anything like that. So now your only option is to have the wedding canceled, right? Oh, this is such a wonderful sensation. This is an ending fit for someone like you who would dare stab my brother in the back like that. Now, having done my part, I'm heading back to my place now. Bye-bye! Remy just told me that she's going to be heading back to her house now.
What?
Well, it's not like any of us really know where she ran off to begin with, right?
Ah, about that. Something actually seems to be going our way there.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
We just did a head count on all of our guests that are still here and have come down to there only being one person missing. And so after talking with those who know what she looked like and know that she's not here, we've narrowed it down. In short, my dad is calling Remy's mom right now to have a talk with her about her daughter. They live in the same area we do, so it won't be too difficult for us to get her.
What? Does that mean...
I'll explain things to you in more detail later, all right? For right now, let's focus on our wedding, which is running a bit behind schedule now, but I'd like to get going on it. You think that's all right?
Right. That's fine by me. I was told by the wedding planner that my new dress would be on the house, and luckily they had another design that I really loved, and so I'm happy with this.
Perfect. Then let's get this wedding on the road.
Hey, what the hell does that mean when I've been told that yesterday's wedding never ended up being canceled, even though your wedding dress was stained red? Luckily, the wedding venue is also known for having a dress rental shop inside of it, so I was saved by that last minute. Huh? I get why you might be surprised right now, considering that having to get another dress on the day of one's wedding is a very difficult thing to do and is practically unheard of. There are some people that prepare a second dress to have in their dressing room just in case something bad were to happen, but that wasn't the case for me. I just got really lucky that the rental shop's owner was there and was willing to lend me a dress that I really loved for free. You got another rental? Well, none of that really matters to me anymore. And even if it is the truth that you were able to have that wedding yesterday, that does not change the fact that you've stabbed my brother in the back. As long as I can go and show him the evidence of you having stabbed him in the back. All right already, I am fed up with you always going back to calling me a backstabber without even listening to a thing I'm saying. Now tell me, when did I ever stab Dale in the back, and what did I do to make you think such a thing happened? Huh? You're still not going to confess to it? That's right. Neither myself or him are aware of anything that I did wrong, and that's why I can't confess to anything right now. What? Now you explain what the hell it is that you're going on about right now. You are going out with another man from that apartment building named Kevin, right? Huh? He's in apartment 203. I made sure to hire a detective to look into you in order to protect my brother. You hired a detective? Tell me, how much did something like that cost you? Around $10,000. I may have lost all my savings in order to do that, but if it was to learn the truth about you, then it was a cheap price and worth it to me. You really wasted all of that money for nothing? Huh? That Kevin you're talking about, who I've been seen with, happens to be my little brother that lives with me. What? Your little brother? And that room 203 that you were mentioning happens to be a condo my mom bought close to 15 years ago that the three of us have been living in together. In other words, that place is my family's house. But 2 years ago, my mom got remarried to another man and moved out of the condo to go and live with him at his place. So she allowed for my brother and I to continue living there instead of moving us all out. So you're the older sister and he's the younger brother? By the way, with my now getting married to Dale and starting a family of my own soon, my little brother is going to be moving out into a place closer to his place of work. Today, actually, is Dale's first day living with me here, as my brother moved out just yesterday, taking all of his things with him in. No way. I know you went through all that effort of asking a detective to look into us, but it seems they were a fraud and you just got scammed out of all your money there. Nice going, Remy. I totally zoned out there for a bit and didn't realize what all was going on for 3 hours there. But now that I'm back in the moment, I'm going to make sure that you and my older brother can't stay married. Why are you still trying to fight this? Because I just hate the idea of some kind of a back-talking and sassy witch like you becoming my sister-in-law now. Well, here's the thing, Miss Peanut for a Brain. Like I had told you many times before, Dale doesn't have any little sisters, all right? Therefore, you're not going to ever become my sister-in-law, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Huh? You're still going on about all of that? And that is why we made sure to go and talk with Dale's mom about you, who said she had no clue who you were. And then we went and spoke with his dad about you to see if he had any idea why a Remy was talking to me. What? You went and spoke to his dad about me? Well, his dad happens to be my dad as well, right? Dale is an only child and has never had any siblings. Well, you're wrong about that, for crying out loud. We may not share the same mother, but he and I have the same father, and we are brother and sister. Since you're so confused about that, how about you go and have a word with your own mom about whose baby you are, and that might clear some things up for you. What the hell is going on here? So it turns out that my actual father is already dead now? So you went and asked about who your real parents were then? My mom told me that she brought me along when getting remarried and that it led to me thinking that he was my dad. Originally, my mom was just going to put me up for adoption, but those around her told her not to do that. I was 7 years old at the time all of this happened, and she made sure to explain to me that the new man she was marrying would be my new father, but I just assumed that I knew that man to be my dad and that he had never died, but rather left for a little while. So has this helped you understand that you have no relation to Dale at all when it comes to being siblings? Oh, this isn't good at all now, though. What am I supposed to do about all of this now? What are you whining about now? I went around to all of my friends and my boyfriend bragging about how I'm the little sister of this really famous YouTuber and all. And I promised a lot to them, including my boyfriend, that one day I'd show him all of them. What? A famous YouTuber? Dale. He has a YouTube channel where he goes by the name Delalala, right? Oh, that's right. Hey, please. Can you go and talk with my brother about coming out with me for a few days to see all my friends and my boyfriend and tell them that he's my older brother and everything for me? I just need him to do that to each and every one of my friends one time, and that will be all. I'm not sure what you're going on about there, though. Dale is just your average office worker who has nothing to do with content creation of any sort. Huh? I mean, he works on editing videos for the company he's employed at, but they aren't making them for content either in terms of entertainment. Did something about that confuse you? Well, I'm sorry to say, but the company works in things like crime analytics, and he has to make recreations of crime scenes for the police and the court to use in investigations. What? Then that would mean, the reason the YouTuber Delalala never got back to me after all those messages I sent to him about his fiance cheating on him, and they shouldn't get married, was because, well, you just had the wrong person, right? What? I see. So that's why when I would talk with Dale about what was going on with you, he told me he had never received any texts or calls from you and was just sitting around with no idea at all about what was going on. No way. You have to be kidding me. I've gone and done something seriously embarrassing now. Oh, what am I going to do about all of this? I can understand starting to freak out a lot over what you've done, but I have something else I need to talk to you about now. When it comes to that wedding dress of mine you went and stained with red wine and ruined, there is a price on that dress being damaged like that. There also happens to be a price on causing the wedding to be postponed by an hour like that. Also, there is a price on wasting my time and energy. What? In a few days, someone will be coming out to see you with all of those bills for my wedding dress and the wedding being delayed, as well as information on the settlement I'll be getting from you. What? Also, when it comes to my classmate that you went and stole that information from in order to come to my wedding with, neither of us are going to take you to court or anything over it, but she did go and tell your mom about it with the help of Dale's dad. What? Sounds like you're going to have to pay my friend for causing her that trouble as well now, through your mom. Huh? I'm going to have to pay you guys all that money? I'm sure for a college student like you, that's a lot of money that you're going to have to pay us with, but make sure you include every penny we're asking for. This has to be a bad dream. Hey, what am I supposed to do here? That YouTuber that I had been telling you about before just sent me a bunch of paperwork in the mail about getting money from me through a settlement over something or other. And I got a call from his lawyer as well. Hey, what am I supposed to do about all of this now? Why are you coming to me about all of that? Because I have something I wanted to ask you is why. I want to ask you to please help me stop him from thinking that I actually meant any of those things. About him being my older brother and such, and about how his girlfriend was cheating on him with another man and that he shouldn't marry her. Please help me with that. Why are you asking me to do that, though? You don't even know anything about me besides my phone number. What? So you're not friends with that YouTuber? Did I even say that I knew who they were? I don't even watch YouTube to begin with, so why are you asking me to do something that I have no clue about and don't care about either? You were the one that caused all of those problems between yourself and him. No way. I am blocking your number now, all right? I have absolutely nothing to do with you, and I don't want anything to do with you. So, this is it for me then. After becoming a little bit interested in whoever this YouTuber even was, I went online and saw that he didn't even look a thing like my husband at all. And after talking with Dale's dad a bit more, he told me that Remy had never even met Dale or seen his face before either. The fact that she was able to get into such a confused state over someone she didn't even know at all is beyond me. And I'm sure I'll never be able to understand what happened in her head there. A few days later, I got a formal apology from Remy's mom about what had gone down, saying that she was ashamed of her little girl. And along with the formal apology, she went and paid that settlement off that I had asked for from Remy, as well as for the ruined wedding dress and the extra wedding fees. Her mom would then hold that debt over her daughter's head for years to come, asking that it be paid off before she even tried to marry anyone herself. Due to what she'd done causing so much trouble for her and a lot of her friends and family, she was forced to drop out of college and start looking for a job. She started to send me a ton of messages about how her wonderful life as a student in college was ruined, and about how so many of her friends and family, as well as her boyfriend, had cut ties to her. I had totally forgotten to block her, actually, and so all of those sob messages from her about those things reminded me of what I needed to do. And I blocked her that day with no intentions of ever unblocking her again. And when she was getting ready to give up on even trying for a job, her mom set her up with this construction company where she'd have to go into the mountains and work for months at a time, living in a small trailer without any cell phone reception at all. I think her mom just needed her to go somewhere where she wouldn't be able to cause the rest of us any more trouble and would be making money she could never spend in order to pay off all of her debts. As for myself and Dale, a few months after he had come and moved in with me at the condo, after my brother had moved out, we decided it was time to move out of there and into a new place a bit farther away from everyone. We told my mom about it, who then went and had the place sold before giving me the money for it, and told us that we could use it on any home we desired to have. And so after we went out and searched all around for somewhere that would not only suit us well, but had some security to it in case Remy ever came out looking for us, we landed on a more modern condo instead of a high-rise building closer to the center of the city. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Are you serious? You actually work for my dad's company? What are the odds? I haven't seen you since you graduated high school a couple of years ahead of me, right? This is so funny. I mean, of all people, it's the famous stinky Chloe. Are you still living with your mom in that old shack with nothing to eat? How the hell did you get a job here in the first place?
Hi, Kristen. Long time no speak. What a coincidence that we cross paths again. I just found out recently that you're the daughter of Director Morgan, too. Such a small world, isn't it?
Yeah, really?
I heard rumors that you had to beg your father to work here because you kept getting fired for causing lots of trouble. So you were having difficulty finding a job, right?
Well, listen to you. I guess you've learned to talk back a bit. But yeah, I won't deny it. I'm not ashamed. And for the record, none of it was my fault. Everyone I worked for was a moron. They didn't know how to use my skills and talents. So I did what I had to do to keep my reputation, which was find myself a better spot here, and it worked. Anyway, you should keep in mind that my position in this company is much senior than yours. You do as I say. Do you understand?
Senior? Are you sure about what you just said?
Of course I am. Just because we go back since high school doesn't mean you get to slack off around me. I'm going to treat you just the same as other workers in this office.
Kristen, you literally joined the company
today. You are a new face in this office, and just because you're the director's daughter, it does not put you in a better position. And just to be clear, you have zero authority. That is something you earn as you become a team member in this company. Please keep that in mind. Excuse me? Who the hell do you think you are? I mean, look at yourself. An old woman in a stained jumpsuit getting dirt up every day for what, like 10 years? How sad that you try to fulfill yourself by working in a big company, but you will never be better than me. You are going to stay exactly where you are no matter how long you work here. I'm sorry, are you calling me an old woman? I'm only 2 years older than you. Ew, that is so old. Whatever, but what is this about me being a part-timer? I think you're misunderstanding, Kristen. Still trying to act big? Stop pretending to be someone you're not, Chloe. You're making yourself look even more miserable. A part-timer will never be an official member of this company. You are no one. I beg your pardon? Kristen, you seriously don't know anything about my role, do you? You should have done a bit more research before you joined today. You're embarrassing yourself. A role? You mean the same role you've been keeping since high school as a part-timer at the factory? Oh, how pathetic, Chloe, really. I can't believe you stayed for over a decade doing the same thing. I mean, it's hilarious, too. I am laughing so hard right now, I can barely breathe. And you even think that you get to be bossy for working in a factory for 10 years? How sad.
Interesting. I guess you stopped thinking for yourself when you were in high school. How unfortunate for you.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I'll let you do your own homework to find out what my role is here. I bet you'll understand exactly what I mean very soon.
What the hell? If you have something to tell me, then just say it.
You see, once you join the professional world, no one hands answers for free. Do your part and get some research done. You're a grown adult now. Think of it as a part of your training.
Training? That's not necessary for me. Clearly you are the one who doesn't understand anything. Why would I have to go through any of that? My father is the director here. I have an express ticket to the top. You are out of your mind, woman.
Kristen, I heard that you skipped your training session and were smoking on the balcony this morning. Let me be clear that if you skip training without notice or legitimate reasons, it will have a severe impact on your quarterly assessment. Also, smoking is only allowed outside of the building doors by law. There will be penalties for breaking it.
Are you actually telling me what to do?
Yes, I am. And this is your first warning. You're lucky that I'm even giving you a chance. You will follow the company rules or you will be asked to leave.
I beg your pardon. Have you forgotten who my father is? I will not tolerate you talking to me like that.
The reason why I'm even messaging you is because the member in charge of the training contacted me. He said that you won't listen to anything anyone says. So as a final notice, I'm letting you know that this is your last chance to participate as a trainee if you would like to stay in this company.
Chloe, seriously, I think you're the one who needs a lesson. You might be older than me, but that means absolutely nothing here. Don't you get that we're not in high school anymore? Just because you finished school earlier than me doesn't put you in the position to tell me what to do, especially when I have privileges to do whatever I please.
Of course, I know that we're not in high school anymore. That is why I'm messaging you now.
Jesus, all of you are so stupid. You think a little scolding from an older woman is going to make me take stupid training sessions? I am the director's daughter, for crying out loud. Why aren't any of you listening to me? I'm in a much higher position than all of you.
Okay, I see that you still haven't found out what my role in this company is.
You must really like being reminded of who you are, huh? A tired old part-timer is what you are. You're a pathetic, useless hag clinging onto a McJob because you can't find a decent job anywhere else.
Even if that were true, can you say that you are any better? At least I've been working, unlike you. Isn't this your first full-time job because you couldn't find anyone to hire you? You've been doing nothing but play since you finished school, right? You've only had small part-time jobs, from all of which you were fired. No wonder you don't know how to act in an organization.
And none of that matters now. I've been hired as a proper employee because I'm just that good. I have the potential, unlike you. So stop acting like you know everything.
I appreciate your service, Miss Part-Timer, but it's time to listen to a real employee, capiche?
No, but fine. If you'd like to go down that road, then so be it. If I recall correctly, your father is coming back from his business trip on Monday, I believe.
So what? Are you going to try and talk to my father now?
Yes, I guess I'll have to. If you're blind enough to believe that you are almighty thanks to your daddy, then come see me with him on Monday. We can try to sort things out together.
What? Oh, I know. I should just tell him that you're trying to act so bossy and get you fired. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Too bad, Chloe. Your time's up after all these years of working here. This is actually a great opportunity to let everyone know that I can get anyone fired in a heartbeat if they don't listen to me. Why don't you go and start packing to leave? Daddy, when are you coming home? I need you to do a favor for me.
I'll be coming home on Monday, darling. What is it? Is everything all right?
There's this woman at work. She's just a part-timer, but she treats me like crap. She is so horrible to me.
What? Horrible? How so?
She does things on purpose just to annoy me. She is so mean and has absolutely no respect to newcomers. Like, she looks down on me.
Kristen, I just want to be clear. You're not causing any trouble at work, are you? Because God knows how many times I've had to help you get out of serious troubles, all of which you and your selfishness were the root cause.
Of course not. Come on, give me some credit here, Dad. I understand my position very well. Anyway, this super mean woman wants me to go and see her to sort things out.
Wow, she must have some serious problem with you.
She does, and I don't even know why. And she actually asked that you come along. I mean, how dare she asks you, of all people, right?
She wants to see me too?
I'm scared that she's going to say or do something super mean to me. Daddy, will you please come with me? You should check out with your own eyes how horrible she is and just fire her on the spot.
That is not possible. I don't have the kind of authority to let someone go on the spot.
You wouldn't let some nasty part-timer bully your daughter, though, would you? Please, Daddy, you have to help me.
Well, I will have to see what exactly is going on, but I guess this is a good opportunity to see how you're fitting into the company. Okay then, I'll tag along to see her with you, but I'm only going as an observer. I'm not going to intervene unless I find it necessary. And if what you are saying about her is true, perhaps I will seek the help of Human Resources or the CEO.
Yes, thank you, thank you. You will see that what I'm saying is true. Oh, I can't wait until she gets what she deserves.
Hey, I'm not making any promises. If I think this is something you should handle on your own, then I'm not taking any actions.
I'm telling you, Daddy, you will. She is so horrible.
Which department does she work for, by the way?
She's in the factory. She works with the machines on the manufacturing line or something.
The machines in the factory? Wait a second, are you sure she's a part-timer? Only management-level employees who've had extensive training are allowed to touch the machines in the factory.
I don't know. Maybe she's doing something she's not supposed to do. I can easily imagine her cheating. Yeah, that must be it. The only reason why she's been able to keep her job for decades. Anyway, Dad, you'll see what I mean on Monday. I'll stop by your office and we can go to her together. Talk to you later. Hey, listen up, woman. I told my father about you.
Okay, and?
Let's see if you can keep that attitude of yours on Monday. I am so going to finish your time here at this company. You will be seeing my father just as you wished. And he is so going to fire you after he sees how rude you are to me. It's over. Oh, and I just can't wait to tell you to get out.
Very interesting, Kristen. It's so funny that you think I'm going to oblige to that.
You won't have any other choice but to, you loser. You are so dumb. You still don't understand the position you're in. Let me tell you, though, you are done. You will never get anywhere in life.
How so?
I mean, you are 30, for crying out loud. You're so old, and yet you can't even keep a part-time job. How the hell do you think that's going to look on your resume? No one's going to want you. You won't be able to find a decent job. You'll be the biggest loser ever. Oh, this is going to be so funny. I should get everything recorded so I can show everyone from high school.
Hey, Kristen, I just arrived at the office from the airport. Where do you need me?
Daddy, welcome back. I've been dying to hear from you. Is your meeting with the woman you're talking about still happening? Yes, of course. Can you meet me by the entrance of Factory A? I'll head down now.
Okay, but give me a few minutes. I want to let the CEO know I'm back. Well, I guess it can wait. She seems out of her office now anyway. All right, I'll meet you in a few minutes.
I can't believe my dad was on his knees. I've never seen him like that, ever. Your poor father was petrified when he realized you were talking about me this whole time. I've never seen someone beg for forgiveness like that either. I feel bad he had to go through that, especially after working so hard to get you a spot in the company. It wasn't my intention to make him apologize for you. I am still in disbelief. What the hell happened? What did you do to become the CEO of the company? You were just a part-timer. It doesn't make any sense. You really didn't do any research before coming to work, did you? I mean, a student would know that they need to get as much information as possible before starting a new job. It's really sad that you had no interest of finding out anything about work. If you had, you would have found out who I was in a few minutes. But how, though? How the hell did you become the CEO? It's only been 10 years or so since you started working at the company. The previous CEO, meaning the owner of the company, is my grandfather on my mother's side. Huh? To give you an overview, I had always been interested in my grandfather's work, so I went to college to learn in the same field. I wanted to get hands-on experience and get to know the people as soon as possible, so I started working as a part-timer at the factory while I was still in school. And after graduating, I became a proper employee. It wasn't always easy being a young leader, but I worked my ass off the past 10 years to get to where I am. And I'm proud to say it wasn't just my blood that got me here. I had the support and approval of my employees when I became CEO last year. This is something that you could have learned beforehand if you had done some research. Too bad you had to embarrass yourself in front of your father. Wait a minute, that still doesn't make sense. What doesn't? You were poor back then. You never had a father and you lived in an old shack with your mom. Everyone called you Smelly Chloe because you were always wearing the same clothes. You couldn't have been rich. It's true that my mom and I lived a pretty modest lifestyle, but no, we were never poor. You and your friends just made that up in your head. Have you ever visited my house? No. Did I actually smell bad? Also no. You just had a very rich imagination that you made yourself believe all that. No way. Well, if you are the CEO, then why do you still handle the machines in the factory? You should be in the office building, in your own room with leather couches and everything. What the hell are you doing in the factory wearing a jumpsuit? Oh, I see what you mean. Well, it's true that I work in the office a lot more than I used to, but there were some irregularities around the workplace that I had to pitch in. So I was doing what was required of me, that's all. What kind of a situation makes it necessary for the CEO to wear a jumpsuit and work the machines in a factory? That is nonsense. No, it's not. We work as a team. It simply happens that the employee who usually is in charge of the machines fell ill and was admitted to the hospital. Someone else, of course, pitched in to help at first, but the person who pitched in had been scheduled to fly to California to receive training for the new machines being installed next month. That's also super important, so I had to keep his schedule for the training, which meant that we were short of staff who can handle the machines, and there was no way we were going to stop production. So, having had a lot of experience with them, I just stepped in to help. Just like that? You are the CEO, but can change into a jumpsuit and get dirty? Why the hell not? I do not have any problem getting a little dirty, and the job is so fundamental to our business that it must be prioritized. My other work could be replaced, but not this one. That's why I had your father go on that business trip last week to attend the conference on my behalf. Oh. Well, yeah, I might have heard him mention that he was taking someone else's place. So, yeah, now you have the full story. Happy now? Anyway, if you don't have any other questions, I must go. After all, I'm a busy woman with a lot on my plate.
Chloe, forgive me for messaging you so late. Are you busy right now?
Good evening, Daniel.
No, nothing is all right. I'm so horrified about what my daughter has done. I'm so sorry. I've never been so embarrassed in my entire life.
It's all right, Daniel. She's a grown woman. I don't blame you for her actions.
I'm sorry, too, that you had to go through that. I didn't mean to embarrass you in front of others. Please, forgive me.
Oh, God, no, please, you don't need to apologize for anything. As much as I appreciate what you just said, this is my fault. I should have raised her more strictly. She'll no longer bother you, though, I promise. I've already spoken to HR and asked that she be officially removed from the company. She does not belong in our company.
But I thought you wanted her to work so that she finally straightens herself up.
I did. I let my ex-wife spoil her so much that Kristen ended up being uncontrollably selfish. And of course it's my fault that I was so busy with my career that I never intervened in how she was raising Kristen. That's why I wanted to get it right this time, once and for all. But I've failed again. Me letting her in the company only gave her the wrong idea that she had some sort of power. In fact, it simply boosted her selfishness and made this situation worse. I'm so sorry that I didn't think better. You wouldn't have had to go through my daughter if I never took my eyes off of her in the first place.
I accept your apology, Daniel. Thank you. You don't need to beat yourself up so much for what happened. That said, I think it is true that she got the wrong idea. It's a bit difficult to understand how she thinks the way she does. In all honesty, she was kind of the same in high school, too.
I know, and I should have done something back then, too. Anyway, I don't want her causing any more trouble, not with you, or the company, or me. I'm going to admit her somewhere so she can be treated. She has some kind of personality disorder and it needs to be controlled. I'm hoping a real program would help her get better. I've already called several places that offer professional help.
Oh, that might not be a bad idea. Professional help would be the best for her in the end. Although, I bet she's not going to like it.
No, she's gonna hate me for putting her in program, but her feelings toward me won't matter. I need to do this for her, or else she's going to end up in bigger trouble someday.
I agree. Well, I really hope she'll overcome her troubles soon.
Thank you for your kind words, Chloe.
Chloe, you have to help me. My dad is getting me locked up in some madhouse or something. Please tell him to stop. Let me apologize to you formally. I will do whatever you want me to do. I admit that you are the greatest CEO and everything. Hey, I'll even take that training you wanted me to. Please, Chloe, help. Don't fire me. I don't want to get locked up with a bunch of psychos.
Not that I was ever going to help her, but I only saw the missed calls and messages when I finished work, after she was taken away. It looks like her father hired a security company to escort her to the institution that she'll be staying at until she finished the proper treatment. When she was being taken from her home, she begged and cried, but her father never listened to a word she said. And before she knew it, she had arrived at the institution that ran a program aimed for people who were harmful to others. Unfortunately for her, it was far from one of those luxury facilities. In the program, which she's still in, she has to earn points to do what she wants. For example, clean the toilet to get her smartphone back. For a completely spoiled, selfish person like Kristen, it must be the worst nightmare. I can only imagine it would be a long road for her, but I hope she can one day truly understand, for her father's sake, what it means to be selfless and kind.
Hey, Rich, is your mom over at our house again tonight?
What? Of course, she's over here at the house right now. Her and I are in the living room watching TV together.
In other words, she's going to be staying the night again at our place?
What is going on here? Do you have something you're wanting to say about her?
Well, if you want to hear everything, I'd really like it if you told your mom to stop staying the night at our house so often.
Huh? What are you going on about right now?
It's only been a month now since the house was built for us and we got all moved in and comfortable. And the day after we said we were all moved in, your mom came over saying she was only here to have a look at the place. But soon after that, she started to put a lot of her things in the baby room we had made on the second floor and has been using it like her room since.
When we have a baby, we can then start thinking about having her move out of that room.
I get what you're saying, but if we have a baby and your mother is still wanting to stay here, we're not going to have any more room. All I'm asking is that you just have your mother move all of her things back home, and then we won't have to worry about space anymore.
Hey, what are you actually trying to say here? My mom and dad got a divorce from one another, so she's not going back to that house.
Huh? They got divorced.
And that's why in our new house, my mom has started to live with us.
She's actually supposed to be living together here? This is my first time hearing about all of this.
Was there any reason for me to be telling you all of that stuff?
No way. Normally, you should be talking with your wife about those sorts of things right away. I happen to live in this house as well, and it's kind of important for you to be talking to me about someone living here now. And that wasn't a part of the original plan, right? Even if she had a divorce and can no longer go back to that house, you needed to talk with me about her moving in with us before this all happened.
Are you trying to tell me to have my mom leave now?
She doesn't have a place to go now, but once she finds a place of her own, I'd like her to move out.
Jesus, why are you being so cruel towards my mom of all people?
Because I'm the one being treated like I'm not a part of anything over here.
Well, it's because of the way you're acting now that my mom is always feeling as though you hate her. Now that you and I are married, she's like your mom as well. Don't you feel like treating your own mom with a little respect here?
The problem isn't your mother herself, though, but the fact that you had someone who wasn't originally planned for moving into our house without coming to me about it. You should have come to me first so that we could talk about all of this before just selfishly allowing this to happen.
You listen here, my mom living here in this house with us has already been decided on. This is your husband's order. If you go against what I've said, I'm not gonna forgive you.
How mean of you, Arya. I can't believe you're trying to have me kicked out of this house now. So you had a look at the conversation I was just having with your son, huh? Should have known this would happen. Trying to kick a broken-hearted woman like me out of this house now. As for why you guys had that divorce, are you sure it didn't have something to do with all your careless spending? What? There's also been all that talk about all the trouble you've been causing your neighbors and having to use your husband as a way of bailing you out. Why do you know about all of that? Didn't you just learn about our divorce from Rich a second ago? Oh, so I was right about those two things? Huh? I was just listing off a few reasons I assumed you got divorced over, but I guess I should have known those were the reasons why. Since I haven't confirmed that those two are the reasons you lost your husband and were kicked out of his house, I can't agree with you staying in our house. Could you please get started on finding yourself somewhere new to live and move out of our house? Excuse me, there has to be an end to all of your rudeness. Me living here was decided on by the owner and breadwinner of this house, my son. And as his wife, you are supposed to abide by what he says, no matter what it is. When it comes to what happens under the roof of the house, I have the right to voice my opinions. Women, especially wives, do not get a right to do anything like that. This has nothing to do with me being a wife, but being the owner of this house with my name on it and all. What?
Yo, what the hell did you mean by this house being yours and your name being on it? What the hell did you do behind my back? I'm the breadwinner and everything, and it's because of me that you're able to even have a house like this.
Listen to this then, bud. Are you in any position to be letting crap like that fall out of your mouth?
Huh?
Remember when we had to get a loan for the house and you needed to be reviewed before getting one? You didn't happen to meet the criteria for one, and so there was no other option but to have me be reviewed and take out that loan.
What? Huh?
Are you starting to remember it all now?
What? But this house should be under my name.
I was the one buying the house with that loan, and so you said it was okay for me to have my name on it.
I said okay to that?
Anyhow, when I've gotten home from my business trip tomorrow, let's both sit down and have a very serious talk about all of this. Rich, did you get the locks on the house changed without telling me?
Huh? Oh, so you're back home now, are you?
Answer the frickin' question, Rich. Did you go and change all the locks on this house and not tell me about it?
I sure did change all the locks, so if you want to get inside the house now, you're gonna have to listen to and do as I say from now on. And you need to stop complaining about my mom living in this house with us.
I told you already, today we're supposed to talk about that on a very serious level. If you allow me to come in so that we can talk all of this through, then there's a chance that your mother can stay here for a bit, all right?
If there was a way for that to happen, then you should have said that from the start. You're wasting my time with all this talking, and I'm over it now.
I just told you if we talked about all this, then we could have an answer. And there are plenty of other outcomes that we could come to as well, which will affect you and the house.
And I'm telling you that all of this would be over with if you just listened to what I said and let my mom live here. Why the hell can't you just do something so goddamn easy for me?
So what you're telling me is that you don't want to talk things over anymore?
I'm not saying I don't want to. I'm saying that there is no reason to.
Is that right? Okay then, Rich. If that's the way you want to behave and handle all of this, then allow me to stoop down to your level and face you head on.
If you think you can do anything to me, then give it a freaking try. Just know that as long as you're not listening to me, you're not coming inside this house anymore. And there's one other thing with all of this. I made sure to put our divorce papers in your parents' mailbox for ya.
Are you kidding me? So you've been preparing for a divorce this whole time, Rich?
In other words, it's my warning to you that if you don't start listening to me soon, we're going to get divorced like my mom and dad did.
I see. So if I head back to my parents' house, I'll be able to get those papers, right? You're fine with me handing them into the courthouse, right?
If you think you can manage that, then go ahead.
Sounds great.
Go ahead and have a look at those papers in person, and when you do, I'm sure it will help you reflect on what all you've been doing wrong as my wife. Yo, Aria, I just got a call saying that I have to get out of this house or something really soon? Why the hell do I have to leave this house of mine for no good reason at all? And by the way, what the hell is going on with you not talking to me for the past 2 weeks? What the hell have you done?
Long time no see.
Are you trying to kick your own freaking husband out of his very own house right now? That means you're also kicking out your own mother-in-law as well. Are you really okay with sending your family out onto the streets and making them homeless now?
What are you talking about? You and I, we're nothing but strangers now, and have been for a week or two. Remember those divorce papers you left me? After you told me about that and I returned home to my parents, I took those papers and went to the courthouse.
What? You actually turned all of those into the courthouse?
Wasn't it you, though, that had all of those papers filled out and ready to go and then said okay to me when I asked if it was all right to hand them in?
But wait, that was only if you were able to hand those papers in.
Well, I was able to, and that's why I went ahead and handed them in.
What?
So now that you're aware of what I've done, could you get out of my house? I am not in the mood to let 2 strangers continue to live in the house that I've been paying off.
No, wait, hold on a second there. Telling me something like that all of a sudden.
All of a sudden? But this all happened close to 2 months ago now.
What?
I'm pretty sure that the both of us had gone and signed that I'd be the owner of the house. And I'm sure that for the past 2 weeks, you've been getting called about how you needed to leave my house. But you never picked up, so I had the house phone called, which your own mother ended up answering. And she was told all about what was going to go down. Also, it was my lawyer calling her at the time, and since we both know your mother loves to lie about things a lot, he made sure to have the whole call recorded. With her permission, of course.
Wait, but if you're not going to call my cell phone...
Well, my lawyer did, yet you never picked it up. And when he called your work phone, he learned that you had blocked his number after the first try, so... Either way, you need to get out of my house, please.
And I mean by the end of this week, you and your mother need to be gone.
Are you serious? Mom, we're gonna have to leave the house now. I need to talk with you about this.
Oh, what happened? Jesus, that wife of yours sure is a mystery to me, you know. Sending letters in the mail telling us to leave the house and calling the house all the time, saying that we both needed to go or else legal actions would be taken.
What?
I'm not going to fall for such threats as those, so I made sure to block that number and throw away all those letters for us. And when another number called saying that they were your wife's lawyer, I told them to screw off before hanging up the phone on them as well.
Yo, so you've been talking with them the whole time?
What?
I did what you told me to do by placing that filled-out divorce paperwork in her parents' mailbox, and she actually ended up going out there and handing it all into the courthouse.
Huh? So you're saying that you're both officially divorced now?
That's right. So in other words, you and I are both strangers to her, and since she's the owner of this house and all, we're both gonna have to leave now, or else we'll be in trouble with the law.
No way. Oh, well, we can't go back to the house I was in before. Where the hell are you and I supposed to go now? Aria! I promise that we'll pay you rent or whatever you want us to do, but just let us live here a little while longer.
And who will be the one paying me every month I let you live there?
Of course, Rich will be managing all of that for us. So how much would you like us to pay per month to stay?
Based on the location and size of the place, I'd want at least $1,600 a month.
Sounds good. I'll go and tell that to Rich right now.
Rich will have to start paying over half his income to be able to stay in that house, so that might be a bit tough for you both.
Huh? More than half of his income?
What? Did you not know anything about the salary your son has been getting? Each month, Rich is making around $2,800.
Just $2,800 a month?
And without the $6,200 I was making each month, he's not going to have a lot left over.
You're making that much right now? $6,200? You've been making over $5,000 a month?
Anyway, it'll be $1,600 a month, please.
If you make him pay you that much, then we're not going to have enough money for anything else.
Well, either way you look at it, I'm going to have to continue to pay the loan off on that house, so that's the cheapest I can ask for in order to pay said loan.
Are you kidding me?
Since you guys can't afford that, I'd like the both of you out of there by the end of this week, please.
Aria.
I want you out, preferably before that, but this week I'll be nice and give you a few more days.
No way. You can't do this to us, though. Where will we even be able to go after this?
Right after I had said all of that to Nora, her and her son moved out of my house and were forced to spend a night or two at a fast food restaurant close to my house. It turns out that there was an open apartment close to his office where he could rent it for half the price from the company. And so after taking some time to talk with his boss about it, Nora and Rich both moved into it with all the things they could carry on them. However, after only 3 months of him and his mother living there, the two of them were kicked out and forced to go somewhere else. What happened was that Rich made a move on one of the women in his office trying to get himself a new woman. However, she turned out to be married to one of the managers in a different department. And after he had approached her a 3rd time and she said no, he laid his hands on her waist trying to force her to go out with him, which his manager ended up walking in on, and that's when he lost his job. Everyone in the company learned of what happened very quickly, turning every single one of them against him, and they all went to his apartment and kicked him out the next day. Rich would then be taken to court by the woman and her husband, backed by the company itself, and would have to pay a major settlement to her for workplace sexual harassment charges. He did in fact pay her, but that used up all the money he had saved away and forced him to go into debt in order to do anything else. So as of right now, he and his mother are living in a shack, while he is working part-time for a local gas station that barely sees any traffic. As for Nora herself, she still hasn't shaken her addiction of spending all her money and others' money on whatever she wants, even if it's not needed at all. And anytime Rich would head to work, she'd use his emergency card in order to pay for things online. which has led to her spending every one of her son's checks the moment they hit his account, leaving him with nothing at all to use for rent and the bills, causing them to have fights almost every hour of the day. I'm not sure what's going to happen next to that mother and son duo, but I'm pretty sure that Rich is going to do what he always yelled at me about, and that's kicking out his mother so that he can finally have some money again. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Naomi, I am super tired of telling you this. You need to divorce Ethan. Like, yesterday. You are so not good enough for him. It's actually embarrassing for him. I'm going to find my baby bro someone who's, actually worthy of him. So just do everyone a favor and break up with him already. Ugh. Hello, Naomi. Are you even getting these? Divorce him now.
Whoa, Brenda. Afternoon to you too, I guess. Seriously, you're still at this? It's been 2 solid weeks of this exact same conversation, first thing in the morning. I'm impressed with your dedication, annoying as you are.
Duh. Yeah, I'm serious. Are you even understanding what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. Get it together.
Yeah, I get it. Loud and clear. You want me to dump your brother. Got it.
Ugh, don't be such a smartass. That's so annoying.
I'm terribly sorry that I'm not responding to your demands to divorce my husband how you'd like me to.
If you're sorry, then do as I say. You're totally not good enough for him, okay? It's
so obvious. Okay, Brenda, if that's really how you feel, could you try maybe telling me why? Actual reasons. I'm kind of curious now. Seriously, what makes me so wrong for him? Lay it on me. I've got time.
Well, hello. You're way older than him. It's just, ew. Makes him look kind of sad, to be honest.
Huh. That's funny. Didn't you mention your husband's a bit younger than you? Well, just saying. Seems a little hypocritical.
That's totally different. It's not the same thing at all. You just don't get it. And you still, work all the time. You should be home taking care of your husband. That's what wives do.
So you're not into the whole 2-income thing? Ethan and I are good with it. We're a team.
No, it's just Mom and Grandma were always home. It's just the way things should be. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, but weren't their husbands pretty rich? Ethan and I are doing okay, and this works for us. You think I shouldn't have a job? That's kind of old-fashioned, don't you think?
It's not old-fashioned. It's right. You're supposed to support your husband.
I do support him, emotionally and financially. We support each other. It's a partnership.
You probably don't even make any real money anyway. You probably are just saying that to sound cool.
Actually, I make around twice what Ethan does with my freelance work.
Wait, what? Aren't you basically just doing a side gig for his company? There's no way you make more than him if that's the case. That's impossible.
Brenda, I think I told you 1,000,000 times. I don't work for them as an employee. I'm a freelance illustrator. I have my own clients.
Illustrator? So you draw cartoons? That can't pay that much. You're probably lying.
It means I run my own business and draw for different companies. One of them happens to be Ethan's. It's a real job that pays real money.
Still, it's just not right when the wife makes more. It's embarrassing for him. People will talk.
Let them talk. Ethan's cool with it. I'm cool with it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, right. They probably think you just used your money to trap him because he's younger and dumb. And I can't blame them. That's basically what happened, right? You pounced on him like a total cougar. Seriously, don't you have any shame going after a younger guy because you got a bigger paycheck? So embarrassing.
You know what, Brenda? If we're being totally honest here, he was actually the one who pounced on me. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but he was the one who made the first move.
Whatever. You're totally making that up. You're so delusional.
Nope, I'm not making it up, but hey, gotta jump on a client call now. Gotta pay those bills, Later, Gator.
You can't just leave me hanging like this. This conversation is not over. Okay, Naomi, it's been long enough. 1 whole month and you still haven't divorced Ethan? Seriously, what is your problem? Don't you understand what I've been telling you? You are so not the right person for him. I've been thinking about it nonstop and I'm going to find him someone amazing. Someone who actually appreciaets him the way he deserves. You clearly don't. So just get the divorce papers ready. It's for his own good, you know. The sooner you accept this, the better it will be for everyone involved, especially Ethan. Well, hello again, Brenda. It's been a whole month of blissful silence. I almost thought you'd finally taken a hint. Maybe started a new hobby, perhaps interpretive dance, but nope. Here we are, right back where we started. And you're still on this whole Ethan deserves better crusade. It's really quite something, your unwavering belief in your own matchmaking abilities. Almost makes me forget the constant stream of insults. Almost. Don't be sarcastic with me. This is serious. My brother's happiness is at stake here, and you're clearly not making him happy. Can't you see that? He deserves so much more than you're giving him. He deserves someone who actually appreciates him, who puts him first, not someone who's probably just using him like you. Using him? How exactly am I using him, Brenda? By, being his wife, sharing our life, our home, paying half the bills, and then some, if we're being honest. That's usually how marriage works. You know exactly what I mean. You're just fundamentally not the right fit. You never were, and deep down, you know it's true. I knew it from the second I met you. Honestly, I just don't like you. You waltzed in and stole my baby brother away from his family. It's not right, and I will never accept it. Stole? He's a grown man, Brenda. He made his own choices with his own free will. And last I checked, he seemed pretty happy with his stolen life. We're doing just fine. Ugh, you're so infuriating. You always have some kind of annoying smart remark to everything I say. It's exhausting. Sorry, Brenda, just trying to have a conversation, though it mostly feels like I'm on the receiving end of your pronouncements. Look, I actually have to get back to work. Deadlines are looming, and unlike some people who have all day to harass their sister-in-law, I have to earn a living to, support my lesser husband. Oh, so now you're implying I don't work? That's rich, coming from the person who's clearly not prioritizing her own husband's well-being. You should be focusing on him and not your precious career. That's not what I meant at all. I just have to focus on my job right now. It pays for things, like our mortgage. Whatever. Just know this, Naomi. I'm not giving up on this. I will make sure you two get divorced. You just wait and see. I always get what I want.
Hey, babe, just got off the train. You okay? My sister been at it again.
Hey, honey. Yeah, Brenda. Full steam ahead as usual. But I'm all right. Just rolling my eyes over here.
Seriously, I'm so sorry you have to deal with her. She can be a lot. I just don't get why she can't just accept us.
It's okay, sweetie. I know it's not your fault. She's got her own unique perspective on things.
Still, it's not fair to you. She's constantly saying awful stuff. It's gotta be getting to you even if you don't show it.
Honestly, it's more annoying than anything. Like a persistent mosquito. You just want to swat it away.
Yeah, well, she's definitely a persistent something. She actually tried to call me earlier, but I was in a meeting and missed it. Probably the same old song and dance.
Probably. Don't worry about it too much. I can handle her texts.
I know you're strong, but it still bugs me, especially because I have this feeling she's not gonna let this go, like she's actually planning something.
You think so? What could she possibly do? Hire a skywriter to tell me to leave you?
Maybe. With Brenda, you never know. I don't trust her when she gets like this.
Well, just know that I trust you, and us. Her opinions really don't change anything between us.
That means a lot, Naomi. Seriously, because I need you to know, no matter what crazy things Brenda tries to pull, I am with you, 100%. There's no way I'm ever divorcing you, ever.
I know, honey, and I feel the exact same way. It's you and me against the world, and your sister.
Exactly. I'm gonna have a serious talk with her this weekend. I've been putting it off, but it's time she understands she needs to back off.
I'd appreciate that, Ethan, but don't let her stress you out too much, okay?
I won't. Coming home to you always makes everything better. So what smells so amazing?
Your favorite, pork and pineapple stir-fry.
Yes, you're the best. I'm practically running from the station. See you soon.
Drive safe, or
train safe. Can't wait to see you. Naomi, listen up. Guess what? It's finally happening, and you're not going to like it one bit. I'm going to make you divorce my brother, Ethan. Consider this your official eviction notice from his life. Get ready to be dumped for someone way better. Oh, hey, Brenda. It was a nice 3 whole months of peace. Too bad that's over. What brilliant, undoubtedly self-serving plan have you cooked up now? Do tell. I'm intrigued. Almost, anyway. Plan? Please. It's just the natural order of things finally kicking in. Ethan's finally wised up and realized he deserves so much more than you. He's got a new girlfriend and she's actually perfect for him. Duh. Her name's Rachel. Try to remember it because you'll be hearing a lot about her. Rachel, huh? And you're relaying this fascinating development to me? His wife? Wow, you are so incredibly thoughtful. Not at all trying to stir the pot or anything. She's perfect, Naomi. Young, hot, and exactly the kind of girl Ethan should be with. The kind our family actually likes and approves of. Unlike you, who never really fit in. Let's be honest. Our family? Right. Last I checked, Ethan and I were building our own family. And last I knew, he seemed pretty happy with it. But go on. Tell me more about this flawless Rachel. What makes her so superior? She's everything you're not. She actually appreciates him and all his amazing qualities. And get this, she's his age. It's not rocket science why they're perfect together. You're just old news. Wow, Brenda, you've really thought this through. This whirlwind perfect romance. How long has this earth-shattering connection been blossoming? I'm dying to know all the details. Like 3 whole months, and in that short time, they've already got this amazing bond. They're totally in love, Naomi. It's like meant to be. Finally, Ethan's going to be happy. So just do everyone a massive favor and dump him, Naomi, for his own good, obviously. He deserves to be with Rachel, not some you. It's the least you can do after, trapping him. Dump him? He hasn't mentioned any of this to me. Shouldn't he be the one telling me if he's supposedly in love with someone else? This is all coming from you. Oh, he will, once he fully realizes how much better Rachel is for him. She's opened his eyes to what he's been missing all this time. You were just a placeholder. Okay, this is a lot to process. Ethan's apparently head over heels for someone else after 3 months, and I'm hearing it from his incredibly biased sister. Cool story, Brenda. Oh, come on, Naomi. Be realistic for once. Rachel's so amazing and hot and fun. Any guy would fall for her instantly. Ethan's finally seeing what he's been missing, and it's not you. Right, because Ethan has absolutely no mind of his own and just falls for whoever you deem perfect. Got it. Your faith in his autonomy is truly inspiring. She's perfect for him, Naomi. You should be happy for him that he's finally found someone decent. Just hurry up and get out of the way so they can be happy. It's not that hard to understand. Happy for him? I'm trying to figure out if my husband is, according to his sister, having a full-blown love affair that I know nothing about. Give me a frickin' minute. Don't take forever. Ethan and Rachel's happiness is hanging in the balance, and it's all your fault for standing in the way. The sooner you accept the inevitable, the smoother this will be for everyone, especially for Ethan and Rachel's perfect future. I get the urgency. I need a moment to, process this bizarre information. I'll text you when my brain doesn't feel like scrambled eggs. Well, Naomi, are you finally going to do the right thing and start the divorce? Ethan deserves so much better, and frankly, this is dragging on way longer than it should have. Brenda, yes, I've been thinking a lot. And you know what? I am actually feeling quite settled about it all. Settled? What's that supposed to mean? You're finally going to listen to me and see reason? It means I have a much clearer picture of things now, Brenda. A picture you unwittingly helped me paint with all your enthusiastic interference. The irony is quite delicious, actually. What are you talking about? Just say you're going to divorce him. Ethan's happiness is what matters here. Not quite there yet. You see, I had a very interesting conversation with Ethan this morning. He mentioned your rather intense interest in him getting to know Rachel. He found it a little strange, considering he hadn't even met her.
He's just confused. She's perfect for him. You're just trying to poison his mind against her.
Funny you should say that, because it turns out Rachel and I know each other quite well. We're both in the same line of work, illustrating. Small world, wouldn't you say? We've even shared industry gossip.
What? You know her? That's a coincidence. It doesn't mean anything. You're grasping at straws.
Oh, but it means quite a bit. It means I know a few things about Rachel. Things you might not expect me to know. For instance, I am intimately aware of who her brother is.
Her brother? What does that possibly have to do with anything? You're deflecting.
Everything, Brenda, because her brother happens to be someone you know quite well. Very well, in fact. You two seemed rather friendly at that company party a while back.
That was just talking. It didn't mean anything. You're imagining things.
Talking that led to more than just talking, wouldn't you say, with Rachel's brother? It's fascinating how these little connections intertwine, isn't it? Almost like a poorly written soap opera.
Shut up! You're trying to twist things to make me look bad.
Twist what, Brenda? The fact that you were so determined to set up your brother with your paramour's sister? It's a bold strategy. Let's see how that plays out for you in the long run.
This is insane. You are making things up to try and save your failing marriage.
Am I? Ask Rachel. I am sure she'd have some very interesting insights into your motivations and your persuasive techniques. She's been surprisingly open with me about your little chats.
She wouldn't. You're lying. She would never betray me.
Oh, but she did, Brenda. And you know what else? Ethan and I moved. Not just us. Your parents moved too. We're all safe and sound in a place where we can finally have some peace.
You moved? Why? What about Ethan? You can't just run away from your problems.
We needed a change of scenery, away from certain persistent and rather misguided individuals. And no, you won't be getting our new address, so don't bother asking.
No, you can't do this to me. I was planning on going back to Mom and Dad's after my divorce. You're ruining my life. You are so selfish.
Oh, right. About that divorce. The irony just keeps piling up, doesn't it? Turns out Ethan mentioned he got a call from your husband. Seems he stumbled upon a close friendship with Rachel's brother, and he wasn't exactly thrilled.
No, no way. He wouldn't believe your lies. You're trying to turn everyone against me.
He didn't hear it from me, Brenda. He found out on his own. Apparently, he's working on putting together some divorce papers as we speak.
No, this can't be happening. You're a monster. You're trying to destroy me.
Monster? Brenda, look in the mirror. As for ruining you, you seem perfectly capable of handling that yourself. As for where you'll go, you know that charming little apartment you used to rent? I heard the landlord is looking for a reliable tenant. Full circle, wouldn't you say? Enjoy the memories.
This is the worst. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. My plan is ruined.
One last thing, Brenda. Rachel and I were friends. Good friends, actually. She told me everything. Your grand, convoluted plan, your not-so-secret affair, everything. So maybe next time you decide to play puppet master with someone's marriage, make sure everyone isn't comparing notes and having a good laugh at your expense. It makes the ending so much more satisfying to witness from my nice, quiet new location. After the dust settled, Brenda did exactly as predicted. She went back to her husband's apartment to beg for forgiveness. It didn't work. Her ex-husband sued her, and the divorce proceedings were particularly harsh. The judge, fully aware of her adultery and the significant disruption it caused to their marriage, made sure she felt the financial consequences. That involved severely limiting her alimony and granting him a larger share of their assets. On top of the legal and financial fallout, the details of her affair became public knowledge through mutual acquaintances and social media. This led to a significant amount of social awkwardness and a noticeable chill in her professional circles. Opportunities dried up, and people she once considered friends kept their distance. Unsurprisingly, the relationship with her affair partner, built on shaky ground, didn't last long either. To navigate the mounting debts and her increasingly damaged reputation, Brenda eventually had to take on live-in work from far outside our social circle. Months later, Brenda messaged me with a brief, self-pitying attempt at an apology. I read the words, a hollow echo of the turmoil she had tried to inflict on our lives, and then I simply blocked the number. Ethan and I didn't feel like dealing with her anymore. We had built our peace, and we weren't about to let any lingering negativity disrupt it.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Melissa. So, I wanted to ask you a big favor. Could you please divorce my brother already? I'm kind of sick of having to ask you.
Trust me, Stacy, I am much more sick of having to hear this same old bit from you.
Seriously, Melissa, playing the victim card. Do I have to remind you that it has been 1 whole year since you married Rick, and yet no baby? What's the deal with that? Don't bother. I'll tell you what the deal is. You're infertile. You're a useless, barren, dried-up woman.
Not that it's any of your business, but Rick and I had a plan to have children. We were going to spend the first 5 years of our marriage saving up money and then start having kids.
Could you just drop the act already? You and I both know that's just your cover story. You were trying to hide the fact that you knew you couldn't have kids from Rick.
You're wrong about so many things that I genuinely don't know where to start. I guess we'll start here. It takes 2 to tango, and that includes when making a baby. Put another way, men can be infertile too, you know.
Oh, please, my perfect, amazing, handsome brother. Infertile? As if. He's practically a super stud. It's gotta be you. You're probably all dried up inside.
You have absolutely no basis for saying such vile things. And for the millionth time, Stacy, Rick and I are divorced. Your brother is no longer my husband, so my reproductive status is doubly none of your concern. For all you know, or frankly don't know, neither Rick nor I were ever even tested for fertility while we were married.
See, you're deflecting. You know it's true. Mommy and Daddy are practically begging for grandkids. You're such a disappointment to the whole family. If you really loved Rick, you'd just let him go find someone who can actually give them what they want. You know, Rick and I even had a promise. When he finally had a baby, I was going to be the one to really raise it for him. I know what he truly needs.
You and Rick had a promise that you would raise his child? That's incredibly disturbing, Stacy. That's not normal. That's honestly quite creepy.
Oh, don't act so shocked. We've always had a special bond. I understand him better than anyone. You probably wouldn't have even known how to properly care for his child. Now, do you see why this is so important? It's not just about Mommy and Daddy's grandkids. It's about fulfilling a promise Rick and I made.
Well, at least now I know why you've been so fixated on this. You just wanted control over Rick's future family. That is truly unsettling. Stacy, you have some serious boundary issues.
And again, for emphasis, Rick and I are divorced. Do you need me to spell it out? D-I-V-O-R-C-E-D. You are such a nasty woman. Just disappear already. Rick deserves so much better than a non-baby-making machine like you.
I am not a non-baby-making machine. I am a person. And my relationship with Rick ended for reasons that have nothing to do with your ridiculous accusations. And frankly, your deeply weird obsession with his future children. Please try to be respectful, even if it's the last thing you want to do. I actually have to get back to work now, as I'm working from home today.
Work? Always with the excuses. You're just trying to avoid the fact that you're still secretly in love with Rick and can't give him children. It all adds up. You're just trying to live in denial.
Stacy, I am not secretly in love with my ex-husband. We are divorced. Legally, officially, over. I have actual work I need to do now. Please try to respect that and accept reality. Goodbye.
Fine. But don't think this is over. I know the truth. You're still secretly married to him, and you're just defective. Rick will see the light eventually. You just wait. And when he does, then he's gonna divorce you. So one way or another, the marriage is over.
Wow, miracles do happen. I agree with you completely. Our marriage is over. We're divorced. Goodbye.
Hello, Melissa. It's been a while, huh? I just wanted to give you your friendly reminder to divorce my brother right now.
Stacy, for the love of all that is holy, we are divorced. This isn't some ongoing negotiation. How are you even texting me? I blocked your number a year ago for this exact nonsense.
Yeah, I went through the trouble of getting a whole new phone and number just for you, you coward. And guess what? Until you magically make my brother reappear back home, I'm going to be your texting poltergeist. He hasn't said a single word to me or Mom in a year. He hasn't even come home.
Yeah, there was a reason for that, Stacy.
Oh, I'm sure there was. You probably filled his head with lies.
I don't need to lie to him to get him to cut you guys out of his life.
You must think I'm just the biggest idiot on the face of the earth, huh?
You're up there on my list, yeah.
But guess what, Melissa? I am not as dumb as you think. I found you. It took some digging, but I got your new address. So now I know exactly where you are, and that means I know where Rick is, too.
You found my new address? Stacy, that's not okay. That's a huge invasion of privacy. And no, you don't know where Rick is. Even I don't know where he's living these days. We don't talk much anymore. We're divorced, Stacy. We live separate lives.
I'll never believe that. If you were really divorced, my brother would have come home. He belongs with his family. The fact that he hasn't proves you're still holding on to him. You always were so manipulative, turning him against his own flesh and blood with your lies.
Stacy, that's not true. I never tried to turn Rick against his family. Our divorce was a mutual decision based on our own circumstances.
If you want to understand why Rick hasn't come home or isn't in contact, ask Rick himself. Talk to him? You think I haven't tried? I've tried everything. I bought a whole new phone thinking maybe he wouldn't recognize the number. Blocked. I even made a fake profile on that Instagram thing he used to use. Blocked again.
Stacy, your level of dedication to this is borderline obsessive and honestly quite disturbing.
I need you to understand again that your issues with Rick are between you and him. I have moved on. Please leave me out of it. Oh, I'll leave you out of it when you finally spit out where my brother is. You probably don't even care that he's gone. You just wanted to isolate him because you're a cold, infertile woman. That's why he left you.
Here we go again. First off, there's no need for the personal insults. And for the record, I had some tests done after your accusations last year. I am perfectly fertile. Now, can we please get back to the fact that I don't know where Rick is, and this constant harassment needs to stop?
What did you just say? You're fertile? Are you trying to imply that my brother, that there was something wrong with him? How dare you?
No, I wasn't implying anything about Rick. I simply stated a fact about my own health because you keep bringing it up. I don't know anything about Rick's fertility, and it's none of my business anymore.
This has nothing to do with whether or not you can have babies, Melissa. This is about you taking my brother away from his family.
So the irony was lost on you there, huh? In any case, I can now say that I have agreed with you twice. My ability to have children has zero bearing on the fact that Rick and I are divorced. Once again, I do not know his current whereabouts. You are grasping at straws here.
Shut up! Just shut up with your excuses. I don't want to hear it. Just give me back my brother. Where is he? I don't have him. He is not a possession I can simply give back. Fine, if you won't tell me, I'll just see for myself. I'm coming over to your place on Sunday to pick him up, so you better have him there.
You have got to be kidding me. How many more ways can I say this? Stacy, you are wasting your time and your gas. Rick is not here. He has never been here. He doesn't know my address. I don't know his. Showing up on Sunday will not magically make him appear.
Oh, he'll be there. You just don't want to admit it. Make sure he has his bags packed. I'm taking him home where he belongs. All right, I'm here. Now, where's my brother? Send him out right now, or I swear I'll break down that door and rescue him myself. I know you're in there. I don't care how many times I have to ring the doorbell. I'll keep this up all day if I have to.
Allow me to save you the time and effort. I am not home. I've been hiding out since last night, since I figured you were stupid enough to show up. And, well, sure enough, here you are.
You mean you're hiding from me? You coward!
You can call it cowardice. I call it a necessary precaution. With how you've been acting, there's no telling what you might do.
Hiding where? Where are you? You probably have my brother stashed away in some secret location.
Why would I tell you where I am, Stacy? You have made it clear you intend to rescue Rick from me. Regardless of his own feelings or the reality of our divorce, your obsession is frankly terrifying.
His feelings don't matter right now. He's my brother, and you took him from us. I don't care if I scare you. You deserve it. Just tell me where you are.
Are you kidding? I'm not telling you where I am. Your behavior has escalated to the point where I genuinely feel unsafe. I spoke with Mr. Henderson, my neighbor, and explained the situation. He has been instructed to call the police immediately if he sees you near my apartment again.
Oh, I'm sure your little busybody neighbor is thrilled to get involved. He can call the cops all he wants. They won't do anything. I have a right to see my brother.
You have a right to contact Rick through appropriate channels. Harassing me is not an appropriate channel. Given your shouting and refusal to leave, I wouldn't be surprised if Henderson already made that call. In fact, I just got a text from him. He did call them. They're on their way. While we're on the subject, let me give you the real reason our marriage ended.
I already know why. You drove him away.
No, you did. Rick was sick and tired of your obsessive behavior and constant interference even before me. He told me stories about how you harassed previous girlfriends, calling them, showing up at work, spreading rumors. Your behavior with me was just more of the same. He felt overwhelmed by your divorce her attacks. And your mom's overbearing nature about our marriage didn't help. It stressed him and me constantly. Cutting off contact with you and divorcing felt like our only chance at peace. And here's the real kicker. Rick has remarried.
Remarried? Who? It's probably some gold digger you set him up with.
Actually, it's someone you know. It's Sarah.
Sarah? His Sarah? That tramp he dated before you? You're lying.
I'm not lying. They reconnected after our divorce. Apparently, absence really does make the heart grow fonder. And they're quite serious. Sarah got a job overseas, and Rick moved with her. They live abroad now. And before you ask, no, he hasn't told anyone in the family where they are. It was a deliberate decision. Sarah even sent a legal letter. If you try to contact them, she will seek a restraining order. Your parents agreed to do their part to enforce it, partially to avoid a similar legal fiasco of their own.
That witch! She had no right, and are you serious about my parents helping her? Whose side are they on?
Their side seems to be the side that isn't harassing their ex or his new wife. Rick has moved on. Completely, geographically, and emotionally.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't do that to me.
I am no longer part of his life, and I want no part of yours either.
But we're family. He can't just...
I will not provide further information about Rick, his whereabouts, or his life.
You're lying. You have to know something. He wouldn't just disappear.
You need to accept our marriage is over, and his relationship with you is between you and him, if he chooses to speak to you again.
A restraining order against his own sister? He wouldn't let her.
Rick is married to her. His priorities have changed. Now I suggest you leave before the police arrive.
No, please, Melissa, you have to help me. You're the only one who knows how to reach him.
I am not going to do that. All that I've told you today is what he explicitly gave me permission to share.
Please, just give me his email address or a phone number, anything. I have to talk to him. I'm his sister. We were always so close. Please, Melissa, I'm begging you. Just one more message. Tell him I called. Tell him I need to talk to him. Please, don't do this to me. I'll never see him again, will I?
Stacy, the choices that led to this point were not mine. If you never see him again, you have no one to blame but yourself for that.
Hey, Melissa, it's Rick. Heard from Mom about everything. I just wanted to say thank you for dealing with Stacy. I know it couldn't have been easy.
Howdy, stranger. No worries, Rick. It was an experience. Glad I could finally give her some straight answers, even if she didn't want to hear them. I don't hold it against you. You had your reasons for everything.
I'm really sorry things didn't work out between us, Melissa. You didn't deserve all that drama, especially from my side of the family.
I understand, Rick. We both got caught up in a storm. It wasn't all smooth sailing for either of us. No hard feelings. I hope you're doing well.
I am. Things with Sarah are great. Life over here is different in a good way. It's been a real fresh start for both of us. She's amazing, Melissa. I'm really happy. I hope you're happy too, Melissa. You deserve it. Have you been up to anything interesting lately?
Well, aside from my unexpected guest, life's been relatively calm. Focusing on work, finally getting around to some of those hobbies I put on hold. Nothing quite as exciting as a transatlantic move, though, but I'm content.
That's good to hear, Melissa. Really glad you're finding your peace. It sounds like you're in a much better place. That's great to hear, Melissa. Listen, I gotta run. The time difference is a killer. I'm just about to get ready for work over here. It was good catching up, even briefly. Take care.
You too, Rick. Good luck with work. It was nice hearing from you. All the best to you and Sarah. 6 months passed. Despite the restraining orders, Stacy's attempts to locate Rick were relentless. In a misguided attempt to find him, she flew overseas with no clear destination in mind. Lost and running out of funds, she was forced to call her parents, who reluctantly bought her a ticket back home. Upon her return, Stacy began an affair with a married man several years her senior. Her parents remained largely unaware until his furious wife arrived at their doorstep one afternoon, her accusations echoing through the quiet suburban street. It was only then, amidst the shouting and recriminations, that the unsettling truth emerged. The man bore a striking resemblance to Rick. Her parents, finally understanding the depth of her issues, threatened to kick her out of the house if she didn't seek professional help. Stacy, defiant and unwilling to admit her problems, chose to leave instead.
She now spends most of her time at the local airport, begging for money and desperately hoping that Rick will somehow return home.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey there, Kay. Heard the huge news. You guys are finally making that Tokyo trip happen. Oh, so exciting.
Good morning, Mandy. Yeah, we've been planning it for a while. How did you hear?
Oh, through the grapevine. Amy mentioned it to Timmy at school. Anyway, Tokyo! We've been thinking of a getaway, too. It's like the universe is telling us we should all go together. What do you say?
That's quite a suggestion. We're really looking forward to our trip, but it's actually planned as a family vacation. As in, just the four of us and, not you and your family.
Oh, come on, Kay. Plans are just suggestions, right? Think of the fun the kids would have. They're practically attached at the hip anyway. We should totally make this a big group trip. It'll be way more memorable.
I appreciate the thought, but we've already booked our flights and sorted out accommodations specifically for our family. Changing those arrangements now would be really difficult and honestly not something we're willing to do.
Well, if you're being all rigid about your plans, what if we just met up once we're both in Tokyo? The kids could still hang out then. It's not like we have to be attached at the hip the whole time, right?
So you're suggesting that our families travel to Tokyo separately, but then we spend time together there?
Sure, wouldn't that be fun? Meeting up together in a foreign land and having all sorts of new adventures together.
I'm sure the kids would enjoy seeing each other. We were really hoping to have some uninterrupted family time in Tokyo. It's a chance for us to really connect and focus on each other. It's cool if you guys want to take a trip to Tokyo around the same time, but you'll just have to get around by yourselves.
Oh, well, see, that's the thing. Neither Mark nor I speak a lick of Japanese. We were kind of relying on you guys being there, since I know you know some, or at least someone in your family does, right? To help us get around and stuff.
Well, I've been using a couple free learning apps, so I guess I do have a little bit of knowledge, but I'm nowhere near an expert in the language. I'm not even close to being conversational. And Mandy, honestly, I need to be really clear. This is our family vacation. We want to do this on our own. I don't know how else to say it. To reiterate, our flights are booked and our bags are packed. This isn't something we can just add more people to, even if we wanted to, which we don't.
But Kay, Timmy is so looking forward to seeing Amy in Tokyo. He talks about it all the time. You can't just keep them apart. It's not fair to the kids.
I'm a little confused. We haven't discussed the kids spending time together in Tokyo, so I'm not sure why Timmy would be expecting that. Regardless, as I've said, our plans are solely for our family. We can't change them, and we won't be coordinating our vacation with yours. I need you to understand that this is our family time.
But I just don't get why it's such a big deal. We're friends. Our kids are friends. It would be so much easier and more fun if we did this together.
The reason is simple. We want to spend this time as a family. That's the whole point of a family vacation. I would have thought that was a perfectly reasonable explanation.
But we're practically family, Kay. Our kids are like cousins. It's not like we're some random strangers asking to tag along.
They're classmates, not relatives.
So about where we're all going to stay. Oh, you've probably found some great family-friendly places, right? Maybe something with enough room for all of us?
Like I said earlier, we've already sorted out our accommodations for while we'll be in Tokyo, and it's only big enough for our family. So if you're really going, then you'll just have to find your own place to stay.
Oh, well, I wouldn't even know where to start looking for places in Tokyo. You're so much better at this kind of thing, Kay.
Okay, I think this conversation has gone as far as it's going to go. You need to understand, even if you do decide to book a trip to Tokyo at the same time as us, we will be doing our own thing from start to finish. We won't be navigating for you, helping you find places to stay, or spending our vacation time together.
Oh, okay, well, have a good trip then, Kay.
Thanks, Mandy. You too. Hey, Derek. I just got your message from a few days ago about this weekend. So sorry for the radio silence on my end lately. Things have been a bit hectic with the Tokyo prep, and I have an update about that.
Hey, Kay. No worries about not getting back to me sooner. Just wanted to firm up plans. So everything's still on for you guys coming here?
That's the thing. Bill can't make it. A colleague of his got really sick suddenly, and Bill has to cover some crucial meetings and presentations. It's a really important project with external stakeholders, so he absolutely can't get out of it. And because he can't go, we've had to cancel the whole Tokyo trip.
Seriously? Couldn't Bill have just said no? That's a huge bummer.
You know Bill, he feels responsible, and this project is a big deal. Plus, the company higher-ups even told him that there's no one else in the company they can trust with this. He really couldn't leave them in the lurch. It means no Tokyo for either of us.
Wow, that's a real shame. How's Amy taken that?
She's pretty upset, to be honest. She was so excited about Tokyo. Lots of sad faces all around. Bill even suggested at first that we just go without him, but you know Amy. She would never be able to be apart from him for that long.
Yeah, she's always been a daddy's girl. Poor kid.
I know, I feel terrible too. We were so looking forward to seeing you. It's been way too long, almost 2 years now. I'm really sorry about the change in plans, especially since it means no Tokyo visit either.
Huh. Well, I took some time off work specifically to see you guys. Sitting around here doing nothing sounds incredibly dull. Tell you what, I'll come to you instead.
Seriously? You'd do that? But I thought you were expecting us there, and now we're not even going to Tokyo.
Doesn't matter. I can hop on a plane to come see you guys. I got the time off anyway. Consider it a consolation visit for your Tokyo trip falling apart.
Wow, you don't mess around with decisions, do you? That's amazing, Derek.
So should I tell the little munchkin I'm coming? It might cheer her up about missing out on Tokyo.
Oh, she would be absolutely thrilled. Please do. That would make her day, especially with the trip being off.
All right, I'll figure out the travel details to Niigata and let her know once it's all set.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Derek. We'll be waiting. All right, Kay, just about to head out for Tokyo myself. So excited. Well, a bit of a last-minute change of plans on our end. Mark got a little bit freaked out about the whole language barrier thing, and then Timmy got all worked up seeing his dad so stressed. So they're actually not coming. Yep, it's just me now. Solo adventure. Shouldn't be a problem with the accommodation, right? One extra adult is nothing. Kay, oh, you haven't replied to any of my messages. Everything okay? Maybe you've already left. Is it a thing to turn off your phone for international flights? I wouldn't know. Anyway, no worries. I know you'll definitely meet me at wherever you guys are staying in Tokyo. So relieved we'll have each other to navigate this crazy city. Oh, can't wait to see you. Okay, going to switch my phone off now for the journey. See you in Tokyo. What the... Mandy, what's going on here? I was too busy to check my phone yesterday, so I'm seeing all these messages for the first time now. Are you seriously in Tokyo right now? There you are. Oh, this is great timing. I was just about to try to get a hold of you. I just arrived at Narita Airport a little while ago. I thought I could make do on my own, but yeah, this is really all too overwhelming. Could you possibly, maybe come and pick me up? Please. I'm at Arrivals in Narita. I'm not even sure which way is up right now. Excuse me? I know what you're thinking. You said you weren't coming, but, well, things changed on my end, and I figured, we could still make it work. And I actually came up with a great plan, so here we go. I can look after Amy for you guys for a few hours while you and Bill have some time for yourselves. In return, maybe you could just, help me out with some spending money while I'm here. Oh my God. Are you out of your mind, Mandy? Well, what's the big deal? I thought that would be a fair exchange. I do you a favor, you do me a favor. Mandy, Amy isn't there. None of us are in Tokyo. Why would I need you to look after Amy there? And why would I give you spending money for a trip I'm not even on? This makes no sense. Wait, you're home? But I thought you guys were coming to Tokyo for sure. What happened? I'm already here. You're already there? Mandy, I told you multiple times that our trip was canceled. But what happened to your plans to go to Tokyo? It got canceled just a few days ago. My husband had a last-minute emergency at work, so we had to cancel the trip. So, Mandy, you and Mark and Tim will have to figure things out for yourselves in Tokyo. I'm really sorry, but we won't be there to help. Mark and Tim aren't here, Kay. Well,
Mark got really stressed about the language thing, and then Timmy got all freaked out about flying after seeing his dad so worried, so it's just me.
Just you? Mandy, are you serious? You went all the way to Tokyo alone? After I told you our trip was canceled? I can't believe this.
Well, excuse me for not being a mind reader, Kay. If your precious trip was canceled, you should have, told me. I wouldn't have come all the way to Tokyo if I'd known.
Mandy, with all due respect, I was very clear from the beginning that this was a family trip for just Bill, Amy, and me. You asked if you, Mark, and Tim could join, and I said no. Since you weren't part of our trip, why would I have specifically notified you about the change in our plans? It wasn't your trip to begin with, Mandy.
Oh, no, you didn't cancel your hotel in Tokyo, did you? Oh, please tell me you didn't. Maybe I could still stay there.
Cancel a hotel? Mandy, we weren't staying in a hotel. My brother Derek lives in Tokyo. We were going to stay with him. So, no, there was no hotel to cancel.
Derek? You were going to stay with your brother? I didn't even know you had a brother in Tokyo.
Yes, my brother Derek. He's lived in Tokyo for years. It made the most sense for us to stay with the family while we were there.
Well, if he lives in Tokyo, could you maybe ask Derek if he could come and pick me up from the airport? Please, I'm really stranded here. Oh, and please thank Derek for me in advance. Just let me know what time he'll be here. He speaks Japanese, right? Oh, please tell me he speaks Japanese. I don't know a word of this crazy language.
Mandy, that's not going to work. Derek isn't in Tokyo right now. He actually came to visit us here after our Tokyo trip got canceled, so his place in Tokyo is empty. And no, Mandy, there isn't anyone else I know in Tokyo well enough to ask for a huge favor like that, especially someone who speaks English.
Oh, right. He's in America, isn't he? So his place in Tokyo is empty. Perfect. Could you just ask him if I could maybe stay there for a few days, just until I figure things out?
Even if Derek were in Tokyo, which he isn't, he's made it very clear in the past that he's not comfortable letting strangers stay at his place. Especially people who tried to invite themselves on our family trip. That's a hard no. The most sensible thing for you to do right now is to try and change your return flight to an earlier date. Get yourself back home.
Oh, I'm terrible at that sort of thing, calling airlines and changing flights. It's so complicated. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Seriously, Mandy? You managed to book an international flight and travel all the way to Tokyo, but you can't figure out how to change a ticket? I'm finding this really hard to believe.
Well, I felt secure knowing you guys would be there. I thought we'd figure things out together once I arrived. I wouldn't have come if I knew I'd be completely alone. So, Kay, what am I supposed to do now? I'm stranded in a country where I don't speak the language, with no one I know and nowhere to stay. Oh, please, you have to help me.
I'm really sorry you're in this situation, but honestly, this isn't my problem. You made a series of assumptions and didn't bother to confirm our plans. You need to figure this out yourself.
Well, if you're not going to help, could you at least put me in touch with someone who can? You have to know someone in Tokyo who can help me.
Actually, I'm going to call Mark. He needs to know you've gone to Tokyo alone after his concerns and Timmy's anxiety. Maybe he can help you sort this mess out.
What? Why would you do that? That's the only option. I told Mark and Tim I was just going to that new art exhibit with Sarah. They can't find out I'm in Tokyo. You don't understand, Kay. I used our savings to buy these tickets. Mark would be furious if he knew I went to Tokyo after everything he said. He might even leave me. Oh, please don't tell him. Kay, please. You have to help me. Just come to Narita and pick me up. I don't know what else to do. I'm begging you.
I'm sorry, but I can't enable this. You've made a series of incredibly irresponsible decisions, and involving your husband is the right thing to do. And since it seems you need a reminder, I'm at home, Mandy, not in Tokyo. I can't just come pick you up. I'm going to call Mark.
Okay, please don't call him. You can't. Please, I'm begging you. Is there anything else, anything at all you can do?
Even if there were something else I could do, calling Mark is simply the best option. It both ensures I don't have to deal with you anymore and sets everything up for you to finally get some comeuppance for your awful behavior. Sayonara, Mandy.
Hey, no!
I did what I had to do and called Mark. He was understandably furious, but also deeply worried.
Thankfully, he had a colleague in Tokyo who was able to guide a panicked Mandy through the airport and onto the next available flight home. The moment Mandy landed, Mark was there, his face red with anger. He immediately demanded she repay every single yen that she'd taken from their savings. This wasn't the first time Mandy had acted impulsively and irresponsibly with their finances, and Mark had clearly reached his breaking point. He took Timmy and went to stay with his parents, needing space and time to process everything. Mandy, in a misguided attempt to find solace, went to her own parents, but they were equally unsympathetic to her self-inflicted crisis and turned her away. So, while she waited her husband's decision whether or not to divorce her, she had no choice but to take a part-time job to start paying him back. Now, Mandy lives a lonely and difficult life in a small, sparsely furnished apartment, facing the consequences of her choices. Meanwhile, once Bill's intense work project finally wrapped up, his company gave him a special reward. Since we had to cancel our plans in order for him to work on the project, they compensated us for the cancellation fees. Not only that, they paid for our entire family to finally experience the Tokyo trip we had originally planned. It was everything we had hoped for, a stark contrast to the solitary and chaotic experience Mandy had created for herself.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, so excited for you to finally meet my mom.
Hey, me too. A little nervous, though. Hope she likes me. You know how important this is to me.
She will, Ethan. Just be yourself. Seriously, you're amazing. And she trusts my judgment. Mostly.
Mostly isn't exactly reassuring. Easier said than done, though. Just be myself. What if myself accidentally says the wrong thing? Like if I compliment her wallpaper and it's like 20 years old.
You won't do that. You have great taste. And she just redecorated last year, so you're safe on the wallpaper front. Just, first impressions and all that.
Right, first impressions. I should probably have a plan to impress her. What about work in general? Should I downplay the whole sawdust and hammer thing? Maybe say I'm in architectural design and material application? Sounds fancier, right?
Don't be silly. She'll see right through that. Not downplay it. Just maybe don't lead with it as your life's grand narrative. At least not in the first 5 minutes. She can be a bit focused on certain things, Like careers with a clear trajectory, preferably involving a corner office and stock options.
Trajectory, right. Like a well-aimed nail? I'm definitely on a trajectory. Building things, building a business, creating tangible, lasting things. Isn't that a good trajectory?
It is to me, and it will be to her too, if you frame it that way. Emphasize the building a business part. She just wants to make sure I'm with someone stable. You know how moms are about their daughters' futures.
Stable like a well-built house? I got that covered. Solid foundation, reliable structure, metaphorically speaking, of course, and literally speaking sometimes.
Exactly. See, you'll charm her. They're almost ready for us. She just texted, "Come on in, you two." Deep breaths. It's going to be fine.
Deep breaths. Okay, so be myself, be polite, emphasize the trajectory of my entrepreneurial carpentry. Got it. Anything else, like her favorite topics beyond my promising career in wood?
She likes talking about her volunteer work at the museum, her sophisticated book club. Oh, try not to mention any graphic novels. Oh, and definitely ask her about her recent trip to Italy. She loved the art and the food.
Italy. Okay, I can work with Italy. Beautiful country, incredible craftsmanship. See, I can even tie it back to my work. The joinery in those ancient Roman structures, the mastery of the artisans. Subtle, right?
Perfect. You've got this. Just relax and be you, the amazing you that I love. Seriously, she'll see it too.
Thanks, Chloe. You always know how to calm my nerves, even when you're subtly implying my career isn't fancy enough. Here we go. Wish me luck.
Good luck, but you won't need it. You'll be great, and I love you.
Chloe, darling, a quick word.
Hey, Mom. Everything okay? You seem a little intense.
I just wanted to check in after last night. About Ethan. I've been awake half the night thinking about this.
About Ethan? What's wrong? I thought you two were perfectly pleasant.
Pleasantries are one thing, Chloe. Reality is quite another. We need to have a serious conversation about his, life choices.
His life choices? He's a skilled carpenter, Mom. It's honest work. He's talented.
Honest, perhaps, but is it ambitious? Does it reflect a drive for more? For the kind of future you deserve?
He is driven. He's building his own business. It takes time and a lot of hard work.
Hard work is admirable, dear, but it doesn't always translate into the kind of financial security that ensures a comfortable life. Let's be frank.
He makes a decent living. He's not exactly struggling.
Decent isn't the standard I envision for my daughter, Chloe. You deserve someone who aims for the top, not just getting by.
That's unfair. He has goals. He wants to expand his business, hire people.
Expanding a carpentry business, the scale is inherently limited, isn't it? Compared to someone in finance or tech or even management.
He's creative. He makes beautiful things. It's a valuable skill.
Valuable as a hobby, perhaps, but as a primary source of income for a family, I have serious doubts.
You're being so judgmental. You don't even know him.
I see the limitations of his chosen field, Chloe. The physical demands, the potential for inconsistent income, the lack of significant upward mobility.
He's smart. He could do other things if he wanted to. He chose carpentry because he enjoys it.
Enjoyment doesn't pay the bills, Chloe. Passion doesn't fund a comfortable retirement. You need to be realistic about these things.
But he's a good guy, Mom. He treats me well.
Being a good guy is the bare minimum, darling. You need a partner who can offer you security, stability, and a future without financial worry.
Maybe you're right about the long term. It is something I've tried not to think about too much.
Exactly, Chloe. It's time to think about it. Seriously, think about it. Your future is at stake.
It's just, sometimes I worry about it too. He's so focused on his projects, and sometimes I wonder if he's really thinking about us.
There you have it, darling. Even you have your doubts. A man truly focused on building a future for his partner would prioritize financial security.
He's always talking about his next big commission, but never seems to fully materialize.
Precisely. Promises are easy, Chloe. Tangible results are what matter.
And his hands are always so rough. It's a little unrefined, isn't it?
It speaks to the nature of the work, dear, not exactly the image of a man who's going places in the modern world.
And sometimes he smells like sawdust. It gets everywhere.
Not the most appealing fragrance for your life partner, is it?
Honestly, Mom, sometimes I look at my friends with their partners in sleek offices, and I feel like I'm settling.
You are settling, Chloe. You deserve so much more than someone who spends his days hammering away.
He's really not that ambitious, is he? He seems content just doing the same thing.
Contentment is the enemy of progress, darling, especially in a partner.
You're right. You're absolutely right. What was I thinking?
You were thinking with your heart, dear. Now it's time to use your head.
God, a carpenter. What was I even attracted to? The calluses?
It's understandable to be drawn to someone different initially, but long-term compatibility requires shared aspirations and a similar level of ambition.
He's probably not even saving properly, is he? Just spending whatever little he makes.
It's highly likely, dear. Financial planning isn't usually a priority in those professions.
You're right, Mom. Thank you for opening my eyes. I've been so naive.
My pleasure, darling. I only want what's truly best for you. Now let's talk about your future with someone who can actually provide one.
Ethan, I need to talk to you. Can we meet up? This is important.
Hey, Chloe. Yeah, sure. What's up? Everything okay? You sound really off, like something's wrong.
Something is wrong, Ethan. That's why I need to talk to you. But maybe we should just do this here. It's probably easier to just say it.
Easier for whom, Chloe? Because my stomach just dropped. What is it? Just tell me, please.
Ethan, I think we need to break up. I don't see a future for us anymore.
Break up? What? Chloe, just yesterday we were talking about moving in together next year. We were looking at neighborhoods. Where is this coming from? What happened?
I've been doing a lot of thinking, Ethan. Really thinking about what I want, what I need in the long run. And I've realized that we're fundamentally different. Our paths are going in different directions.
Different directions? We're going in the direction of building a life together. That's what we talked about. That's what I thought we were working towards. What changed so suddenly? Please just explain it to me.
I need someone who's more established, Ethan. Someone who can offer me a more secure future. A future that my family, that I envision for myself.
Your family? Let me guess. This is about your mother, isn't it? I knew she wasn't thrilled about me being a carpenter. I felt it that night. She looked right through me.
That's not fair. My mother was perfectly polite. She was just trying to get to know you. You're being paranoid.
Paranoid? No, Chloe, I'm being realistic. I saw the way she looked at my hands when she mentioned my work, the subtle way she asked about my long-term prospects. She thinks I'm not good enough for you, and now apparently you agree with her.
Stop it, Ethan. That's not what this is about. My mother cares about my well-being. She just wants me to be secure and happy. Is that so wrong?
Secure and happy according to her definition, Chloe, which involves marrying someone with a fancy job title and a fat bank account. This isn't about your genuine happiness. It's about her social standing. She's an elitist and you're letting her dictate your entire life.
That's a horrible thing to say. She loves me. She just wants what's best for me. Can you honestly not see that?
And you don't think I want what's best for you? I love you, Chloe. I was building a future with you, brick by metaphorical brick. But apparently that's not good enough for Queen Eleanor.
Don't call her that. She's my mother. She has my best interests at heart. She's just more practical about these things. Maybe she sees things more clearly than I do about what I need in a partner for the long haul.
So, you're just gonna throw away everything we have because your mother, in her infinite wisdom, has decided I'm not up to snuff? You're letting her opinion completely erase what we've built? I don't even recognize you right now.
It's not that simple, Ethan. I've had to really think about my future, and maybe we are on different paths. Maybe she's right. Maybe I do need someone more established.
Established? You sound like a robot repeating her talking points. Where's the Chloe I fell in love with? The one who didn't care about fancy titles and just wanted someone genuine. You're letting her win, Chloe. You're letting her tear us apart.
I need to do what's right for me, Ethan, and right now, I think that means we can't be together anymore. I'm sorry.
Sorry isn't gonna cut it, Chloe. I poured my heart into this relationship. I thought we had something real. I deserved more than a text message breakup dictated by your social climbing mother. Goodbye, Chloe. I sincerely hope your established future makes you truly happy, because right now you're breaking my heart. Eleanor, it's Ethan. Chloe just broke up with me, and we both know why.
Ethan, I'm sorry to hear that, dear. Chloe has been processing some things. She needs to do what's right for her future.
Don't give me that. This isn't about Chloe's future. This is about your outdated, elitist views on what constitutes a suitable partner for your daughter.
That's a very harsh accusation, Ethan. I only ever wanted what's best for Chloe's happiness and security.
Security? You equate security with a fancy job title and a fat bank account. You completely dismissed me and my profession without even trying to understand who I am or what I'm building.
I assess the long-term prospects, Ethan, as any concerned mother would. Carpentry is a commendable trade, but it doesn't offer the same stability as other professions.
Stability? I'm building a business from the ground up. I'm creating something lasting. That's more stable than relying on a corporate paycheck that can disappear with the next downsizing. You wouldn't understand that kind of dedication.
Dedication is important, but so is financial predictability. Chloe deserves a partner who can offer her a comfortable life without constant uncertainty.
And you think I can't provide that? You judged me based on a label. You didn't ask about my income, my client base, my future plans. You just saw Carpenter and wrote me off.
I made observations based on the typical trajectory of such a career. I was looking out for my daughter.
You were looking out for your social standing. You didn't want your daughter with someone who might not impress your country club friends.
Oh, that's outrageous. I care deeply for Chloe's well-being, not some superficial social game.
Oh, really? Then why the thinly veiled disapproval from the moment we met? The way you emphasized trajectory and stability with that condescending tone? I'm not stupid, Eleanor. I felt it.
I was merely trying to understand your ambitions, Ethan.
My ambition is to build a successful business doing what I love and to build a life with someone who appreciates me for who I am, not what I do for a living. Apparently, Chloe doesn't share that vision anymore, thanks to you.
I had no intention of interfering in their relationship. Chloe made her own decision.
Oh, she made her own decision, all right. A decision heavily influenced by your constant concerns and your not-so-subtle disapproval. You planted the seeds of doubt in her mind, and now here we are.
I simply offered my perspective as someone with more life experience.
Your life experience is rooted in a world where status and wealth are the ultimate measures of a person's worth. You wouldn't know genuine hard work and the satisfaction of creating something with your own hands if it slapped you in the face.
That's uncalled for, Ethan. I have worked hard for everything I have.
I'm sure you have, but you look down on those who work with their hands. You see us as less than. Well, let me tell you something, Eleanor. I'm proud of what I do. I have integrity, I'm honest, and I loved your daughter. Something your fancy friends might not always offer.
I won't engage in this kind of personal attack, Ethan. My concern was solely for Chloe's future.
You want to talk about the future? Let's talk about connections. You know, Chloe mentioned you work at Sterling Investments, Senior VP, right?
Yes, I do. It's a reputable firm.
Reputable. You know who else is reputable? My uncle, David Miller. Ever heard of him?
David Miller? The CEO of Sterling Investments?
That's the one, my uncle. I was actually planning on telling Chloe about our connection after we got married. Thought it would be a nice surprise. Shows what I knew.
Ethan, I had no idea. Chloe never mentioned you had family at Sterling.
No, she didn't, and you made sure she wouldn't have a future with someone who does. Ironic, isn't it? The man you deemed unsuitable is connected to the very top of your social and professional world.
Please, Ethan, I may have misjudged you. I was only thinking of Chloe. I truly didn't realize.
You didn't realize because you didn't care to look beyond the surface. You saw Carpenter, and that was the end of the story. Well, here's the rest of the story. Your prejudice just cost your daughter a relationship with a man connected to the CEO of your company. Think about that, Eleanor.
I deeply regret if I said anything that influenced Chloe's decision. That was not my intention. I might have been overzealous in my concern for her future.
Overzealous? You systematically undermined our relationship because you didn't think I was good enough. You poisoned Chloe's view of our future together. Don't try to backtrack now that you realize there might be consequences.
Is there anything I can do to perhaps talk to Chloe?
No, Eleanor. You've said enough. Chloe made her choice and it's clear where her priorities lie. Your approval meant more to her than what we had. You should be proud. Goodbye, Eleanor. I won't be contacting you again.
Ethan, please, can we talk? I made a mistake, a huge one.
Chloe, what do you want? I thought we said our goodbyes.
I've been thinking nonstop. My mom, she got in my head. She was wrong. We were good together, Ethan, really good.
Were we? Because it seemed like your mother's opinion suddenly mattered more than what we had.
It doesn't, not anymore. I can see that now. She doesn't understand us. I was foolish to listen to her.
Please, can we try again? I miss you so much.
Chloe, you broke up with me over text because you thought my career wasn't established enough. That's not something I can just forget.
I know, and I'm so incredibly sorry. I was blinded by her expectations. But I realize now that what we had was real. You're real, and that's what truly matters. Please give me another chance.
I appreciate you saying that, Chloe, but in the time since we broke up, a few things have happened. Things that have made me see things differently, too.
What things? Tell me. Maybe I can...
My uncle, David Miller, he's been really supportive. He actually believes in what I'm doing. So much so, in fact, that he's planning a massive investment in my carpentry business. This isn't just about building furniture anymore, Chloe. This is about scaling up, expanding.
Your uncle? The CEO of Sterling Investments? He's investing in your business? I had no idea.
No, you didn't. And frankly, after the way you and your mother treated me, I don't think it's something you deserve to be a part of. I'm moving forward, Chloe, with or without your mother's approval. And definitely without someone who doubts my potential based on my profession.
So, that's it? You won't even consider giving us another chance? I'm begging you, Ethan. I love you.
I loved you too, Chloe, but you let your mother's prejudice come between us. I deserve someone who believes in me from the start. Goodbye, Chloe.
Ethan, please, don't do this.
Life moved on pretty quickly after that last text from Chloe. My uncle's investment was a game changer. Miller and Son Carpentry went from a small workshop to a thriving business, just like I always envisioned. I hired a great team, and we were taking on huge projects. As for Chloe, I heard through a mutual friend that her mother was furious about the Sterling Investments connection. Apparently, there were some tense family dinners. Chloe tried to reach out a few more times, but I didn't respond. Last I heard, she was dating a lawyer her mother approved of. Eleanor? Well, I imagine things at Sterling got a little awkward for her for a while. My uncle never said anything directly to her, but I heard she became noticeably politer to everyone, regardless of their job title. Sometimes a little dose of reality is the best medicine. I eventually found someone who appreciated the solid foundation I was building, both in my work and in our relationship.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.